Okay. Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 20. So I'm reviewing the 70th episode of the anime, Two New Stars, and 192nd chapter of manga, Two Crimson Fist. This episode covers the entirety of chapters 105 to 107. Yes, this episode covers 3 full chapters. And I was actually mistaken for last week's chapter when I thought that it stopped when it adapted chapter 104. I thought it just adapted the first 15 pages. Oh no, it adapted the whole thing. I checked it. Yeah, and I did check this one. They pretty much like the ending of the chapter 107. That's exactly how the episode ended. What happens this episode? This is when we get the rankings of all the night squads, all 9 of them. First place, Golden Dawn. Second place, and for a lot of people, this was unexpected, the Black Bulls. And everybody thought they cheated. And in this episode, we see the return of Rebecca Scarlet for the first time in 32 episodes. In the manga, she last appeared in chapter 100 and chapter 56. She then returned to chapter 105. So yeah, it had been a good, 49 chapters since her last appearance. And after, she also appears in the following, she also appears in 106, which is after this episode. After that, she'd appear again for 49 chapters, returning in chapter 145. I checked it. Yeah, she's gone for a good period of time. Yeah. For a woman who's considered one of the 4 women in the series who's got a thing for the main character, she doesn't appear very much. Oh no, she appears for one full story arc, disappears for a long period of time, comes back in this arc, and then disappears again, and doesn't return until the current arc of the series. Yeah, she's I don't know why they did this for when it comes to this character. She's a good character, though they kind of slightly redesigned her a bit. She's a bit thinner than she was previously. I mean, yeah, she's a beautiful woman. She's thin anyways, but it looks like she's a bit thinner than the last time she appeared, and she only has one of her siblings with her. The one who she carries around on her back a lot of the time. Yeah, her youngest sibling. And these are the rankings for the teams. We have it where the fire team. Let's see. The way they rank them is actually quite unusual. The one that has the youngest of all the captains, he's ranked last, and everybody thought, man, it was something like he was ranked last. Let's see, because here's the rankings of all the remaining groups. Silver Eagle went third. Yeah, Silver Eagles, one commanded by Noel's brother. Yeah, Silver Eagle went third. Blue Rose went to fourth. Let's see. Green Mantis placed 6th. Crimson Lion placed 5th. Green Mantis is 6th. Coral Peacock 7th. And last, of course, is Orzer Deer. Yeah, and he does this funny thing where he just grabs onto Asha's like, how are the War Eaters so many stars that I do? And it's revealed that apparently instead of going on missions, he just draws pictures. That's all the guy does. It's so funny. Yep. Of course, not long after they introduced the achievements, the King of the Kingdom returns for the first time since the Royal Capital arc. And he's pretty much the same as he normally is. An arrogant jerk, presumes stuff, claims stuff that's not really his. He makes an announcement that they found the item in Anton's hideout, and he wants to form a special unit to go take him out. The unit called the Royal Knight. So he's basically doing an exam. Basically a tournament. Yep. The first time ever in this series we have a tournament. Yep. That was not the only series I have seen that actually has tournaments as part of their series. These following other series have had tournaments. And these have been Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had tournaments always. I forget some motif of the series. Pokemon has had tournaments. Let's see. Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Yu Hakusho has had like 3 of them throughout the course of the whole series. I'm trying to think what other series had. Oh yeah, My Hero Academia has had at least 2 of them. They had 2 tournament style things, basically exams, but technically they're tournaments. Let's see, what other series I've watched? Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta include a Common Guy Kill, even though it was for 1 episode, but I'm counting anyways because it was kind of a tournament. Yeah. Let's see, was there any series I've watched that has it? No, that's pretty it when it comes to basically this is technically the 9th series I've seen that actually has had a tournament in it. Yes. Though the tournament itself won't happen for, at least in the games, the manga, not for another 5 chapters because there's still 4 chapters left to adapt. So my theory is that this arc will wrap up in just 2 episodes. It'll wrap up episode 72, and by 73 we'll start the next arc, the Royal Knights arc, which is basically, believe it or not, this is actually a 30 chapter arc. Yeah. Actually, like 31 chapters. It's actually the second longest arc of the entire series, and it takes quite a while. I'm not sure how long the arc is going to last for in the anime. Knowing the anime, they might stretch it out a bit, though they might get to the current arc. They might. But who knows if they will or not. My personal guess is they probably will by the end of the year. It's possible. I mean, for the current arc right now, the Hot Springs training arc, which in the manga is 10 chapters, and this so far has just been 8 episodes. At least, well, it's actually been 6 so far. Yeah, 6, because this started episode 65. It's been going on since then. And it kind of would make sense the fact it would wrap up by episode 72, unless, of course, they would do 3 chapters next episode. Excuse me, in 72, they would do the final chapter of this arc and start the next arc. That would be a possibility. That's what they did with this arc, where the episode 65 did adapt the last chapter of the Witch's Forest arc and the first chapter of this arc, so it makes kind of some sense. Well, also in this episode, Yuno makes a return, even though he last appeared roughly in the previous episode. You see his fairy first time in a while. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the fairy. Yep. So it shows out the fact he's actually the all-star rookie. Him and Asha, and of course that member from the praying mantises reveals that these 2 are peasants, and the fact Asha's got no magic. So Yuna's like, I'll take that challenge. So he launched an attack against Asha because no Asha's gonna block it. So yeah, it shows that despite the fact they're peasants, they still got power. Yep. And of course the king himself was upset with this. So later we finds out that the number 1 spot went to a squad where their captain is now royal. Yeah, this guy's an arrogant pig. That's basically how he's depicted. Yeah, for the Wizard King, he doesn't care if someone's a peasant or not. If someone is a noble or peasant, for him it doesn't matter. They're just citizens of the kingdom. And they also mention a kingdom that doesn't really bring up that much. I mean, they bring up the Diamond Kingdom, yes. There's also the Spade Kingdom. Okay. Is this me, or are they naming kingdoms after playing cards? Because you have Diamond, you have Spade, you have a Clover. Yeah, that's actually a playing card. So, I would not be surprised if there's a Heart Kingdom. I would not be surprised about that. Yeah. It would be something. Oh, and also, Charlotte is still, like, passed out drunk. Oh, and how Asha gets to the stage? The same way he gets around the past few episodes, getting thrown around. This time he's thrown out by Yumi. Yeah, because 3 episodes ago, he got flown away by Noelle, and then the next episode, he got flown by Yumi to where Charlotte is, and then you have him get thrown again. No, he doesn't go very far this time. He gets thrown by Charlotte's subordinate, Marion, and this is probably, 4 episodes in a row he gets thrown around. But at least that when he gets around this time, he actually does stop himself. He doesn't the way he was, he could have basically fallen right on top of the new captain of the Crimson Fire. hmm Like he could fall like on her chest as well. It's kind of like a joke, kind of like what happened last episode. We accidentally fell on Martin's chest. As far as I can tell, he didn't apologize for it. Just happened to happen. So he takes out his sword and stops himself, which even you was like, that was actually a really good entrance. Yeah, this overall is a really damn good episode. Yeah. Now for the newest chapter of the manga. Chapter 192, Crimson Fist. We have the captain of the Crimson Fire, well, the former captain, because, well, he we have a new captain, taking on one of the members of the Anime Knight's son. From look of I think this guy might, this guy's actually the captain of the Purple Orcas. Yeah, I didn't initially recognize him until I saw him here in the anime. So yeah, he's the captain of the Purple Orcas. He pretty much spends the whole chapter fighting him, like blasting a few places. Like there's another guy laughing about sheer power. Yeah. Of course, there's a flashback when he was younger, briefly, for a few pages. Someone near a training parlor, someone disappear. Fighting him. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens this whole chapter. It's just you have the former captain of the Crimson Fire take on the captain of the Purple Orcas. And of course, having a flashback of him in his childhood briefly. And that's really it. Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly all that happens in this entire chapter. It's just a big brawl. It's a good fight. Yeah, tearing up some ground, had a bunch of explosions, stuff you would work definitely in the anime when the anime gets to this. Probably not until next year at this point. That's my personal guess. But as of this chapter, they're only 8 chapters away from chapter 200, which that's going to happen this year. So I think it's going to happen roughly in just a couple months. My guess is probably in April. The other series in a big number this year will be 7 Deadly Sins. I'll be hitting 300 at least this week. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a very good chapter. Though it's a bit of a step down. I kind of wish we could continue with, well, seeing what the main characters are up to, but it's okay we switch these people. It's fine. I got no problem with it. As long as it's only for just for like a chapter or two and that's it. Not like in 7 Deadly Sins, focus on different characters for just too long at times. Yeah, like when they brought back the main character, at least in the case of another group, so I focused on a group I didn't want to focus on. It took good like 10 chapters for finally focus on something else. Yeah. So that's it for this particular review. I have one more review planned for today, and that's a review of the newest episode dubbed for Fairy Tail. Okay? But to next review. Bye.